Hello, guys. It's High Priestess Jamila. I have got something to talk about. I swear to Goddess. It's insane. Watching it happen right before your eyes is weird. The genocide and the suicide in the Black community. Oh my goodness, guys. So I'm High Priestess Jamila, and I've got to point something out. And this is some serious stuff. And I want you guys to be careful. I want you guys to be really, really careful. Hey, Baylor Smith. Hello, sweetie. Hello. Love and light to you. Um, I gotta say it. And I decided to come and talk about it on this channel because I feel that it needs to be said. And I feel that it needs to be said by me. There's this guy on here. He obviously likes to impede on other people's personal lives because this guy has purposely stalked me for years. Now, it's obvious that this man is nasty. All he talks about is women that have diseases, obviously, because the way he talks about women as if we stink, which is totally not true. This guy is meeting up with people during COVID season to have unprotected oral and vaginal sex with these people. The whole situation was really suspect because to me, what it seems like is people trying to spread disease, in my humble opinion. And like, I'm going to say it straight up. The guy that I'm talking about that is setting another Black man up for a downfall, I heard him actually say, "Oh, I support that situation." So another Black man should have sex with a woman who has had multiple sexual partners that she met on YouTube because I run my mouth too much and I said something disrespectful. He was my man, but I was roasting him back as he was roasting me. So he's supposed to throw his entire life away. I have never seen anything like it in my life. And I'm sorry, I don't think that grown men succumb to that kind of peer pressure anymore. But that is absolutely disgusting. Not to mention the fact that this guy, more than one person has stated that this dude has herpes. More than one person. This guy has been stalking me for years. And now the story that he's trying to tell, I guess he's trying to get his fellow man to contract some kind of horrible disease from somebody that he claims he didn't even want. And literally will do it in broad daylight and then will say, "Why don't nobody love Black people? Why why don't nobody want to be bothered?" When you doing stuff like that, that's ridiculous. I have never ever seen it anything like it before in my entire life. Um, hey Miss L. Hey Endurance Test. Hello, how are you? Man, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. You would have to be brain dead to go for something like that. It just sounds like some kind of horrible setup, is what it sounds like to me. I'm sorry. Somebody arguing with you or saying something about you, that's not worth it. I'm sorry. And this is the kind of logic that this dude uses. And who is listening to this guy? This dude met up with women that he barely knows, had sex with one of them. I think it was both of them. Had sex with them. Went around, literally, this man doesn't even hide, like, his stuff is not age restricted. So he is an influencer on YouTube trying to purposely set a negative example for Black people. Then he'll follow up with, he'll say something stupid. He'll say, hey, fellow Black man, this Black woman questioned you. This Black woman challenged you. So that means that it'll be smart for you to go and possibly put yourself and your family at risk. Make any of that make sense to me? And who's listening to this? Who is actually going for this? Is this, like, he's talking to a 40-something-year-old man? Okay. Imagine the teenagers and the young, impressionable men that are looking at this guy. I would not suggest anybody do anything that these people have done. Now, as far as with my situation, my hookup that I did, I am a clean woman. I don't sleep around. I've never done anything like that. And I still have a clean bill of health. Okay. I wouldn't suggest arguing publicly with somebody, but that pales in comparison to what these women do. Like, I'm sorry, I'd rather have a woman that mouths off a little bit because I'm mouthing off than a woman that's literally putting her mouth on everybody. I'm sorry. And this is the kind of logic that these men are teaching. I thank God that my son does not watch his show. I'm sorry, that is nasty. And you know what? This is where the end game ends, because I realize that these people are trying to mess with me. But at the end of the day, whether or not you take your shows down, you're still teaching our youth. And for you to teach our youth that it's okay at the age of 44 to be careless with your body, to not care, to not take any consideration for yourself. Then he tried to compare me, repeating over and over again, a sexual photo does not compare to somebody actually opening up their body to you. And so I think that that's what that was done so that people could get it twisted. This guy sits up there as if he's Mr. Big Shot, and he'll say something like, oh, yeah, well, you want my woman. And I'm like, I would literally, I'm throwing up in my mouth right now. And this is one of the reasons why I quit hanging with old girl. And y'all know who I'm talking about. This is one of the reasons why I quit hanging with her, is because of the whole stuff that she does. Not cool at all. I don't care what age you are. You got this disgusting parasite over on his channel talking negatively about me, and I am literally damn near the Virgin Mary. Literally. I'm sorry, dude. That's your logic, because you know that ain't nobody that ain't nasty and scuzzy gonna touch you. I mean, seriously. But the fact that this dude actually sat up there and tried to encourage somebody to literally get on the same train wreck as he's on is ridiculous. And then try to convince somebody that you doing something player style. No, hun, if anything, I was defending myself. I was having an argument, pales in comparison to what those women do. So he knows he can't get a woman like me. He tried to get with me, and literally for the past 4 years, I've been getting stalked. He jumped at the opportunity to latch on to somebody that I know. So everybody's looking at him. Everybody's like, we kind of know what you're doing. But the fact that you would even joke around, like literally my throat is starting to get sore. Just literally thinking about all of the disease and the sickness. She always coughing in and out of the hospital. I gotta have surgery and all this stuff. He always coughing up a lung. That's a sign of somebody being unhealthy. I mean, I know that for me, sometimes I catch a little bit of the, like when you smoke, you may have to cough a little bit sometimes. But this guy literally, his lungs, literally, they're like he's sick. Like this guy is physically ill. And you know what he was doing the other day? I swear to God, he was coughing and he was tasting the phlegm that came up. I swear to God, as this guy was doing that, you could hear it live on his show. He was like, for about 5 minutes, probably because he can taste blood in his sputum now. You know what I'm saying? It is very yuck. And I'm sitting up here listening, and I'm sitting up here and I'm like, oh my goddess. So because this guy has already thrown his life in the garbage, he's trying to encourage another man that has a woman that loves him to sleep with a deranged traveling prostitute. This is what he just said tonight. And he said that he would be a man if he did it because I was disrespectful. I'm sorry. I wouldn't. First of all, don't put that off on me because that would mean that you are at the bottom of the barrel. For you to even make that kind of decision to lay down with somebody like that, you must not be feeling very well about yourself. This fact will never change. Never. And I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you something. I know how many people. I already can imagine the number of people that this woman has slept with. And you have a black man, because he did it, encouraging another man to take his disease. Disgusting. And he's doing it live. He has no shame. And I've always said that a lot of these people, I feel that a lot of the people in the black sector are very hopeless. It's like their lives are already ruined or they've already given up on life. That's just sad. Yeah, I know Baylor Smith, but it's just the point. It's just like you're talking about somebody that I love as if he's just some freaking, I'm sorry, I gotta say something. And as a black man, you should never be influenced by that guy. Not ever. Not ever. This is a black man that's ready to commit genocide to you. That's all it is to it. I'm sorry. So, I mean, y'all can sit up there like I understand that people have the right to their freedom of speech, but I think this goes beyond this. This is one of the reasons why I made sure that I did work on him and another person so that nobody would listen to them. I've already got both of these people cursed. That's why they're constantly running their mouth constantly. I have both of these women cursed. I have them binded to where no one will believe a damn thing that they say because you don't need to. If you are ever buying anything that they're saying, guys, you know what? I will play around all day long, but when it comes to actually meeting up with somebody like that, it will never happen on any day of the week. And that's on my soul. That's on my soul. Hey, let me tell y'all something. I have talked to a lot of different people in social media the past several years, doesn't mean that I'm actually going to meet up with them or be in the same vicinity with them. Hey, if you online, that's online. If you roasting and going back and forth, or if somebody doing some harmless flirting, see, that's called harmless flirting. And I never even really flirted with this dude. I never was into him. Not ever. Not ever. So, for him to take it there and then to be sick enough, literally, I'm sure this guy has listened and heard everything that I have said about these people. I'm not even going to lie about it. That would be just like me knowing somebody has an active disease and not saying nothing. I know for a fact that there's got to be something going on, or maybe there's some kind of active disease that's going on that's being spread between those two women. And the reason why is because I know how many sexual partners that they have the capability of having. And that's too many people. Now, I'm not lying about that. And their only comeback is that Shani is like that too, which is a total lie. Okay, Jamila ain't that stupid. Never. So y'all better take heed to how disgusting these people actually are. And it's okay because Spirit is doing work on these people. I think that they have reached the bottom of their barrel of trash. I think that today was the end of the trash because it went way too far. But I want to let certain people know you're not going to spread your disease to your fellow man just because you're jealous and try to ruin his life, ruin his chance of having any babies. Because your miserable, sad life. That's what this guy's doing. This guy this name is Lamar Wills. I don't, and you know what? He'll probably come and flag this. You know what? If you want to flag it, then flag it. You know that? Because this is the God to honest truth. This don't have nothing to do with no jealousy. Look, I would never, ever, ever want to see somebody, even if me and that dude break up forever, I would never want him to walk away from me and end up sick or dying or in some kind of bad way. I would never want something like that to happen to him. So the reason why you're over there encouraging it is because you just don't care. You would love for that woman to come down here and spread him a disease. Because that's exactly what she would be doing. And I'm going to tell y'all black men, y'all better take heed when all of a sudden some hoe just walks up to you. Y'all better realize that sometimes it could be your enemy setting you up. They are using biological warfare on each other these days. Yes, people are. People are using biological, medical warfare on each other. So this guy hates him so much. Why? I don't know. Probably because he's a psychopath. He hates this other man so much that he's encouraging him to get involved with a female that is obviously diseased, but so is he. You can see this dude has so much. I swear to you, you know why this guy's eyes are so swollen? Those are actually what do you call that? Those are like blisters on his eyes. Like this dude got like stuff all around his eyes and stuff. Like, what's the word that is called? You can even see it. That's why he don't cam up too often. And then the other day he cammed up and you could tell that he had a horrible breakout on his lips. You could tell because he had his whole mouth covered up. Okay, I'm not joking with y'all, man. Like literally, look, I have men in my inbox sending me stuff, talking to me. Would I ever actually meet up with that person? 10 times out of 10, out of 10 times, I won't. So, that is just ignorant. And you know what? It's also suicidal because a lot of these diseases these days will kill you real quick. Or about 3 to 6 months later, the skin on your private areas will start sloughing off. I would never take that chance with my life. Just because somebody else said they slept with somebody doesn't mean that I'm going to do it. It's not okay or safe just because somebody else has slept with them. Oh, well, they look all right. No, no, you don't know what people got, not to mention the demons. This guy is riddled by the demon of poverty. So these two women went down to visit him, came back with all kind of demons of poverty and struggle, and then began to call somebody else on the phone. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't been able to consecrate my clonic plaque yet. So we're not worried about the demon of poverty. We're not worried about it. But the point of the matter is that how could you be such a piece of crap that you would actually use biological warfare on your enemies? I'm digressing. This is all that I have to say about this situation. I don't have to say no more. I know I'm clean. Other people, I don't think so. Okay. So when, listen, when somebody is out sleeping around with a bunch of people, how do you know they're not trying to purposely spread something? People are doing that a lot these days. They are doing that a lot these days. People are crazy. The world is upside down. We're not living in the world that we were even living in 10 years ago. Things are different from 10 years ago. People like this will kill you with their biological diseases and they will not care. They don't care. In fact, they're hoping that you spread it to your woman so that she can have it too, so that she can knows how it feels to be sick like that. That's all they want. It's not enough for us to be empathic towards them. No, they want to actually spread that to us so that we will know how much pain and suffering that they are actually going through. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I tend to stay away from folks that sleep around like that. I have never slept around. This same woman is obviously sleeping around because she's in chat rooms and troll accounts lying on me. So she's basically telling all of her business but lying on me, saying, "Oh, she met up with 50 dudes from Plenty of Fish." I haven't met up with anybody from any dating site. So, you know what? I'm digressing from this situation. But what I will tell you is to get smart and quit playing around with people like this. Somebody try to convince you that your woman cussing you out is comparable to a woman that literally is walking around with death DNA in her mouth and down there, and you gonna sit up here and try to compare it and then try to convince people and talk to people like they're stupid. Nobody is that stupid. You know what? I would rather have a woman cuss me out publicly the way I cussed her out than a woman that's running around here with several men. And then you tried to compare me to a woman and say, well, so and so doesn't argue with me, but she has diseases and she sleeps around and she's crazy. That's on you. I'm not trying to convince him of anything. I'm just saying what I just saw publicly happen a few minutes ago. And I can tell you that it ain't gonna happen. It ain't never happened. And spirit gonna do some work. That's all I gotta say. I ain't even gotta do nothing. I'm about to sit here and get some rest. I'm about to eat my milk and cookies and enjoy my healthy body. I'm sorry if you're not healthy. I don't want to be unhealthy with you. I've taken care of myself. You know what? I smoke cigarettes, but guess what? I ain't running around here looking like some of these other people. I would never, ever, ever go there, especially behind that guy. I wouldn't want to be nowhere near him, especially during COVID season. I do think that there is something that's going around that has to do with COVID because I've kind of been around some people to where after I was around them, I kind of got sick afterwards a little bit. Sometimes you can go outside and you may feel a little sick or whatever. You know, most of us have very powerful immune systems that are gonna fight that shit off like in like hours. It's like you would have to already be sick with a pre-existing condition. Seriously. But if you kissing somebody in the mouth and then also you're taking in their venereal diseases or their freaking STDs, then you're going to be more susceptible to COVID. So I think people should definitely be careful. It ain't worth it. Find you a woman or a man that doesn't sleep around. I know that that's easier said than done for some people, because the simple fact that, well, if it were that easy, then why are these women running around sleeping with everybody profusely? Why has it turned into an agenda? Okay. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Y'all know where to reach me. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all got to see these people coming. You got to see these people coming. They usually come up as death, 10 of swords, reverse, and all that stuff. Y'all got to be careful out here. And be careful about who you call your friend, whether or not they're online or not. I've learned that just recently. And I literally had somebody do me dirty, and I don't know what is wrong with people. You guys, there's a lot of people out here that are going crazy and they are demonically possessed, okay? All right. Y'all have a good night. Yeah, I'm about to finish watching this movie. Actually, I was sitting here watching a reader on YouTube. So I have to sit here and relax and clear my head, because I know ain't nobody that I'm dealing with at risk. So nobody that I deal with is that stupid. But don't listen to that guy, man. I think we need to get this guy taken off of social media. I think we need to get him taken off of social media. This has went too far. And you know what? I'm gonna just start flagging all of his shows for indecency, child abuse, spam, and scams, because that's all he's doing is scamming people. And you know what? I would be scared to death if any of my children were watching his channel. Any of y'all young women out there, that is not the type of man that you want. I would rather have a man that bows his head to me and says, "You know what, baby, I'm sorry. Let's just not fight no more," than a man that would go that far to prove that he's a man when actually he's not proving anything. So everything that Lamar says, just thumb it down, thumbs his stuff down. He's disgusting. Okay. And I have nothing else to say to him ever again. I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful evening. Love and light. Love y'all. Be safe.